Welcome back. The State of the Red Pill. I'm THT, Jonathan Wilson. You can email me for all business propositions at thehonesttruthyt@gmail.com. We got 32, the album, getting ready to drop soon. We also have the book getting ready to drop soon. But before all of that, the most order of importance is going to be thanking everybody that supported the channel, everybody that's gone over to gotserum.com and bought their version of the coffee bar, thinking about buying their version of the coffee bar or the Unicorns and Dragons body wash. Either way you decide to go, click the shop page once you're on gotserum.com. Sign up for the Bub Club to receive 15% off of the total package you see there, shipped directly to your door. High quality products, 100% natural, 100% awesome. GotSerum.com. Lots happened in the red pill space. Andrew Tate is currently being held in a Romanian detention center, much like the one that Brittany Griner was in, but for completely different reasons. You're going to want to like this stream, and you're going to want to listen to all the details, especially if you're new to this type of discussion, which is the red pill. I want to thank all of our channel members who have been here for a long time, all of you who are at work. I want to thank the best mod in the world, Organic Black Diana Prince. If you're interested in becoming a mod, let me know. Andrew Tate went to jail recently, if you haven't been hearing, and the red pill community is in shambles. Not just the red pill community, but a lot of people are in communities, and various communities are in shambles as well. And ladies and gentlemen, that does not disclude the Taliban. That's right. You've heard that correctly. Also, if we have any video or audio issues, if you're not hearing things correctly, if the video cuts out, then that's issues we're having right now on the technical side. All the donations are going to be going towards buying new equipment and upgrading the equipment for this channel so we can bring back forward good quality content for you at a consistent level. Get a load of that gun that this dude's got here, man. That is an absolute beast of a unit. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say that's either a Browning bar or M92. It's just a wild gun. They have Colt M4s donated by the United States military. Those are Colt M4 fully automatic weapons. Those are the Taliban, the group of men that control Afghanistan and parts of the Middle East as well. They recently posted a message saying that they are worried about Andrew Tate's arrest after his arrest. You're watching the screen right now. This is the video of Andrew Tate being detained. We're going to get past these ads if we can. It says, after the influencer tipped off cops to his location during an incendiary Twitter exchange, they came and arrested him. The self-proclaimed misogynist is a 4-time kickboxing world champion whose provocative online statements have earned him scores of fans and haters. Seen there with Fresh and Fit. Are they trying to draw Fresh into the situation? Oh, I don't know. It's looking kind of sticky for the manosphere. Watch my past live streams. Tate has been banned from a slew of social media platforms for promoting hate speech, and briefly was kicked off of Twitter for saying, quote, women should bear responsibility, end quote, for being sexually assaulted. Tate is also accused of holding 2 young women against their will and forcing them to participate in sexual acts that were documented and then spread online. So that is where we're at in the current arrest of Andrew Tate. This is a wild story and wild developments. And I know a lot of people feel a lot of different ways, and even people that don't support Andrew Tate feel very, very, very interestingly. That was so loud, bro. I'm so sorry for the ear massacre there. A lot of people feel very interestingly because they see this as an attack on freedom, essentially. Now, they say Andrew never hurt anybody. Andrew never did this. Andrew never did that. His words simply were enough to convey the danger to modern, new, quote-unquote, order that are trying to be instilled upon, that's certain tinfoil hat conspiracies, right? That's what a certain people who don't even like Andrew Tate think. And then the people that do like Andrew Tate and the Tate brothers are in absolute shambles right now because this is arguably the most popular man in the world as far as the new progressive mind development goes in the hearts of the youth. So, he's locked up for 30 days as of right now. I clicked an article and I clicked a link, and it looks like I was on this link, and the link has actually disappeared at the moment in time. Make sure, once again, as you're coming into this live stream, you're liking the video. We're talking about Andrew Tate, the current state of the Red Pill. The Red Pill is the group or the organization that back up the men like Andrew Tate, the men like Coach Greg Adams, the men like Kevin Samuels. They are the groups of men that claim that society is ruining, men, and that men have been ruined by modern day society thanks to other men, or the blue pill men, the simps, if you will, and things of that nature, right? This is the specifics, once again, on the Andrew Tate arrest, though, right? Apparently it's saying that he was on trafficking charges of 2 women. So let's go back to this before we get into the red pill breakdown. The media named them as Georgiana Nyak, who's 28 now, and Luana Radu, who's 32 now. Tate was detained on December 29th in Bucharest, the Romanian capital, as part of an ongoing human trafficking and rape investigation. Tate, an internet celebrity, we read all of that before. So they're saying also, and this was thrown onto the mix also, and I didn't see this in the article, that he had gone and get this. This is crazy. I don't know if this is true or not, but they're making it like to where he has unavoidable, charges at this point. But apparently he had tried to draw Romania's 16-year-old MP's daughter into the trafficking organized ring. Yeah, you've heard that correctly. He tried to get the 16-year-old daughter of Romanian, what's the name of the MP? Is it minister, prime minister? Maybe it's PM, huh? All right. We're just typing in Romanian 16. Okay, here we go. This is the article here. The U.S. Sun posted this. This is crazy. In hindsight, Andrew Tate tried to lure 16-year-old daughter of MP after bombarding her with explicit messages before arrest. Is he possibly guilty of this? Let's read the article. Disgraced influencer. Disgraced, Jesus. Andrew Tate tried to lure a 16-year-old politician's daughter after bombarding her with explicit messages. Ex-kickboxer was arrested last week. This is the daughter, it looks like, with Cosmin. That's the MP on the right. He's a Romanian MP and TV mogul. It says Daria Gusa, whose father, Cosmin Gusa, owns part of the television statement Realitia TV, has opened up to what she believes was a lucky escape from the pair's alleged sex scam. The 19-year-old says she was contacted by Tate over Instagram when she was only 16. Okay, so if she was contacted by Instagram when she was 16 by Tate, then this is going to be in Instagram's detectable and retrievable history. Every single message that you send online is able to be pulled up on Instagram, right? So if she messaged Andrew Tate at 16 years of age, or Andrew Tate messaged her at 16 years of age, then they'll be able to look that up and find some kind of way to tie Andrew Tate to that illegally and then be able to actually convict him. I was watching Abood. Let me go ahead and shout out Abood's channel. He has nothing to do with what we talk about, but he's just like a gym head guy that spent some time in prison, a Middle Eastern guy, essentially. This is his channel here. It's just called Abood, literally. And he was talking about it. He spent some time in the pen. He said that Andrew Tate's going to get convicted. He's going to get charged by the federal government. Let's take a listen to this, shall we, and hear what Abood has to say about this. And then we'll go on further with our discussion into this entire Andrew Tate debacle and
hey, what's up, guys?
Ridiculousness.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, I wanted to make this video to touch on a topic that I recently spoke of in my last 2 videos ago. And that was giving my thoughts on this person, Andrew Tate. The reason I did so was because many of you asked me to do that. And in that video, I expressed a lot of thoughts about this man that were perceived as very negative by a lot of the people that viewed it. In particular was the fact that he made his money and has any kind of involvement in this webcam industry.
Let's pause this here. So Andrew Tate has gone on the record, quite literally on the record, and explained how he made his money. This is where the case starts to get a little bit bizarre, y'all. Once again, thank you to everybody that donates to the channel on and offline. You can donate to the Cash App Truth Seekers, TRUTHSEEKRS. There's no E at the end, SEEKRS, Truth Seekers. Thank you. So Andrew Tate has explained the cam business, or the cam model business that he used to get rich. Let's listen to this. He said 75 plus women work for him. This is on, looks like Fresh and Fit.
7 years ago, whenever this was. Yeah. It wasn't nearly as big. And I found this little webcam thing, and I was like, this might be some money. So I text all my girlfriends, I think it was 5 of them, text all 5, said, you're all coming here to live with me and work with me.
Oh, that could sound, was that a bit forceful? Was that a bit forceful?
None of them knew about each other. Bro, Tristan will tell you the story. He'll tell you. All 5 flew in, picked them all up. They're all sitting there. I sat them around the same table.
Wait, was that a bit of deception? Now, I'm not trying to tie anything, but I just want you to understand, and we're going to try and look and read in between the lines on this, right? Because he's being charged of falsifying, holding women against their will, taking their passports away, reaching out to 16-year-old daughters of... Did he know that she was 16? That's a pretty big... If the U.S. Sun releases that statement saying that he reached out to her, that means they have physical proof of that message. Because you can't say something like that without there actually being documented proof, unless they Photoshop a conversation, which that's still easy. That's not easily proved wrong, but you can prove that wrong, that this was a Photoshop conversation.
Oh, Tristan will tell you the story. He'll tell you. All 5 flew in, picked them all up. They're all sitting there. I sat them around the same table. Bro, I need to get paid. Right? I'm broke now. I'm retired from fighting. I have no money. I'm running out of money. So I put them all around the same table, and I was like, look, we're going to start a webcam business. You're going to stay here. You're going to live in London. I'm going to look after you.
I should have hooked up my dang. I should have got the. You're going to stay here in London. You're going to stay here. I'm going to look after you. You're going to stay here.
I'm retired from fighting. I have no money. I'm running out of money. So I put them all around the same table, and I was like, look, we're going to start a webcam business. You're going to stay here. You're going to live in London. I'm going to look after you, and we're going to get rich. We're going to be a team. And they're all like, well, who's this bitch? I'm like, she's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. She's my girl. You're all my chicks. And you're going to stay here, and we're going to make some money. Big fight kicks off, blah, 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 blah. In the end.
Big fight kicks off. What was this big fight that kicked off? So listen, y'all. These details are very, very, very important right now. Okay? These are very important details right now because we need to know what this fight was about ultimately. It matters. Were the women fighting because they wanted to go home? Were they fighting together? Were they fighting against each other? You can't overlook these details because if this was your sister or cousin or daughter, you would absolutely want Andrew Tate to be in jail right now. This is a world-class fighter. Him and his brother stand at 6'4", maybe 6'5" apiece. Solid muscle, pretty smart guys, and they have resources. They could potentially be very dangerous men, all right? Especially in a country like Romania, where, as Andrew Tate has so proudly exclaimed, he prefers to live in Romania because he enjoys corruption that's available to all people. Those are the words out of Andrew Tate's mouth. So y'all need to understand, he didn't do himself the best service by speaking as much as he spoke. Let's get back to this video.
Stay here, and we're going to make some money. Big fight kicks off, blah, 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 blah. In the end, long story short, 3 left, 2 stayed. Those are my first 2.
All right, so 3 left, 3 were able to leave. 2 stayed.
Girls, and we started this little webcam business for my
2. Remember, the arresting articles mentioned how many girls have come forward? Right.
Long story short, 3 left, 2 stayed. Those are my first 2 girls, and we started this little webcam business from my apartment, and it just grew and grew and grew, and it got to the point where at one point I had 75 women working for me in 4 locations. Damn. And I was doing $600,000 a month from webcam. So
this is in the UK.
This is in the UK. Right? This is in the UK. So, but this leads into the story of why I moved to Romania. So, at the height of my webcam pimping, I think I'm the king of the world, right? I have all these women, da da da. But the problem is, my first 2 girls who worked for me because they loved me. I love this man. Right. I am with this man. We're a team. He's going to take me from the ghetto streets to the hotel suites, right?
That is what the article of arrest said. It said that Andrew Tate, one article that I wrote, lured them with love into thinking that they would actually have a relationship with them. So, does that change or does it become criminal if you lure somebody into a trade or into trafficking? Does that become criminal? Absolutely becomes criminal. Absolutely. Absolutely, it can become criminal. The New York Post says this. The 36-year-old influencer, blah, 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 blah. I said blah, blah, blah. Let me go down to this. Let me just get through all the basic stuff right now because they said 2 sentences in here. Hold on. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you liked the video. If you've already liked it, make sure you share. If you've already shared, don't it? All right, I'm not going to be able to find it. I read it somewhere. They were pretty much saying that they were using love, or the Tates used the guise of love to trick these women to getting over in Romania, flying them across international lines, which is technically a federal crime. And since Andrew Tate is a United States citizen, right? If he's flying women or he's tricking women over into flying into an international trafficking ring, that's a major federal crime, right? So going back to the Abood video, Abood ended up saying and having the point in his video saying that, yo, since he's a citizen doing all this stuff, he's going to be charged by the United States federal government, even though he's arrested by Romania and extradited. I almost say extradited to the United States. Let's take a listen, but Bood once again. Before we go back to the Fresh and Fit video, Andrew Tate, he said way too much. And that's another one of you guys' problems. Y'all just kind of, you say you just talk too much. A lot of y'all talk too much. And I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not saying he shouldn't go to jail if he's not a piece of because he absolutely should.
Has any kind of involvement in this webcam industry. Basically, pornography, which I have zero respect for. And I said in the video, automatically disqualifies him from getting any respect from any real, solid individual.
Now, this is what you call top G for real. Okay? These are the mafia guys. All right? These are guys that are solid, right? They don't snitch. Young Thug. Niggas go to jail. Everybody's snitching. The mafia didn't snitch on each other. You know? And the few who did snitch, it was very bad for a lot of them. But these are those types of guys, man.
So a lot of people disagreed with me on that. A lot of people felt I was being too judgmental on him, or I was somehow jealous of this man, which is fucking nonsense. I wish all people success in life and don't wish jail for anyone. But he has since been arrested and he has been in jail and he's been remanded to that jail, I believe, for at least 30 days. I'm sure he has top-notch attorneys who are going to try to appeal that and get him out. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Let's take a pause right here. The reason why a lot of people, and the reason why I wanted to go ahead and put the thumbnail of what I did, dead pill in this case, is because the red pill is changing. The red pill is changing right now, and it's not by voluntary, voluntary fruition or voluntuition. I don't know, you know what I mean. It's not by volation. Can I use that word? It is because it's being scrutinized and it is being forcibly changed right now. And Andrew Tate spoke about this. He released a video. We'll get back to the Fresh and Fit thing and some more self-admissions, saying that he is being shut down by the Matrix. Not just him, but Pearly Things as well, right? Pearly Things is also being shut down by the Matrix. They're going after them right now. They're trying to take their train of thought or at least slow them down a bit because of the effect that they're having on a large portion of society. And I think that that's very healthy. They very much need to be able to do this, right? They have to, because at a certain point, these discussions become very, 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 very dangerous on a certain level. You saw the short that I showed earlier, and if you haven't, go watch my shorts, but it's a group of girls that are walking into Walgreens, and as they're walking into Walgreens, these 4 white girls, they're being recorded, and the person recording them is like, it must have been a crazy Halloween night. They're all, they're all getting ready to go, get their Plan B pills or something like that. It was alluding that these teenage girls, they're like 15, 16, and 17 age range, right, are going to Walgreens, and they're walking into Walgreens to go buy their Plan B pills. And so some random person is recording them online. This video is mega viral. So now you're a random person just recording. Somebody records you, or just walking. Somebody records you, put some kind of red pill connotation behind it, and the video goes viral. At the opposite end of the spectrum, you have videos like these that Andrew Tate is saying that almost fuel that ignorance. That I mean, if it was my daughter, I could, if I found somebody recording my daughter and like making a video out of it, I'd be like, yo, man, I'd end up having a serious problem. It's these types of statements as well that Andrew Tate says that fuels that type of, or that in their minds legitimizes acting like that. Check out this video right here.
They've already given me quite a few warnings. And I'm now at the point where I actually truly believe they're going to try and kill me. I understand that you get 3 strikes in this game. Strike 1 is they try and shut you up and discredit you. Strike 2 is they try and put you in jail for no reason. And strike 3 is they kill you.
It's 2023, and if you want to grow up,
because I watched that video and it's kind of hard not to get emotional almost, right? Because it's
they've already given me,
it's like, man, and I decided to go ahead and do some digging into Andrew Tate. I really started listening. I really started paying attention, and I really started figuring out, is there something deeper truly that we need to be worried about, to be quite frank and honest with you? Is because my train of thought is this. Let's say I get extremely popular, right? And because of the stance that I have against black men, or because of the stance that I have that we need to do better as a people, let's say that guys or black men decide to prop me up as the next, mind to think, the next intelligent person. Let's just say that, like, okay, they're like, you know what? Truth is the next one. He's going to be the next top G. And I make it 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 subscribers. And then all of a sudden weird stuff starts happening because of the train of thought that a lot of people collectively have supported me by. It could become a problem no matter what really your message is, if there's a concerted effort to keep that is, I will say, somewhat of a concerning thing about this entire story. If I understand that he is not, and trust me, I get it, he is not, but I would be remiss to not say that there are some things that I heard Andrew say that were absolutely brilliant. And there's some trains of thought that Andrew Tate has had that are beyond my level of thinking, if I'm being completely honest with you. After doing my research, and I'm just being honest, he's a very, very, very talented thinker. However, once again, he's been being misused, and he's misused and purposely dug himself very deep into this red pill thing, and that's what's launched him into all this other madness that's happening right now. It could be argued that if Andrew Tate had never actually gotten into the red pill discussions and had just made a lot of money doing his little cam business, that he would be completely fine. But was it the cam business that truly got him in trouble, or was it the thought process or the revolutionary mindset that has got him to where he is now? Well, once again, going back to this entire discussion of the red pill, we've talked about the red pill, and we've covered this and how the media, how the federal government, how the secret government, the state government, and so many different people at so many levels are starting to try to figure out a way of how to regulate information on the internet, so much so to where there's an online terroristic domestic threat assessment force that was started by President Biden last year. Or, I'm sorry, maybe at the end of 2021, forgive me. And in some of the documents or dockets that are actually dropped by the United States CIA, or unclassified, declassified, they mention the manosphere by word, quite literally by word. And then they listed like 25 other different aliases that the manosphere goes by, these code words and things like that. This was like a 70 or 80 page article or PDF file, something. And it just broke down a lot of different things. Then there's another one that was a couple of different pages. That's the one we looked at on the live stream last year. So jump forward right now, and you're starting to see somewhat of the push or somewhat of the attack going against that message. Now, we got the tinfoil hat, conspiracy time theory, where you can say that the Kevin Samuels, that this person, that Andrew Tate, that Pearly Things possibly here in a little bit, that anybody that makes it to a certain level that is anti-woman or anti-establishment to a certain extent, of these guys have said, right? Anti-establishment, what are we talking about? The establishment of marriage, right? We're talking about the establishment of family. We're talking about the establishment of a certain level of, you can even use a sign. Check audio. Okay, check audio. 1 second. Huh? The mic is staticky? Okay. So I'm hearing that the mic is staticky. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's see if this works. Huh? Okay. Okay, we're gonna see if that's any different. Hopefully it's a little different. Let me check something real quick. Oh shoot. The hell did I just do?
It's 2020.
Oh yeah, I hear it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me turn it down a little bit.
The reason I wanted to make this video in particular now was to let you guys know what I know is coming next for this guy. Right?
Well, let's see.
Will be
We We might have to end the stream right here. You know, technical audio issues again, y'all. So hang on a second. Let me try something. All right. Are we still? Can y'all still hear? Is everything still good? Put a 1 in the chat. Put in the 1 in the chat if the audio's coming through, if you can hear me loud and clear. And hey, y'all, you just saw a perfect example. I'm not lying. You know, if you can donate to the channel, donate to the channel. It's just wacky stuff like this that happens, and the equipment's been just acting real funny. I don't know why, man. I don't know why, but it's just been acting real funny. So make sure you send it to the Cash App, Truth Seekers, TruthSeekers, so we can get some stuff and get this shit taken care of, man. Anyways, let's go on. Let's continue. Are we getting 1s in the chat? 1s in the chat. Audio's good? Wow. Praise white Jesus. So, getting back to this, I don't even know where the fuck I left off. This shit pisses me off, dude. So fucking much, dude. God fucking damn it, dude. Forgive me, Lord. Forgive me, Father. So, let's go back to this shit. All right? Okay, so getting back to my point. It could be a bit of a problem if it's solely based off of influence, if that's the reason why Andrew went down, okay? This is my only issue that I have here with this entire situation. Once again, I did watch the video and I did feel bad for the guy. I absolutely felt bad for the guy. I absolutely did. However, y'all, and you know my stance, even if I don't support or like the train of thought, I'm still a fair person, and I believe in handling and doing things in a dignified way to some extent, right? I believe that if you were to shut him down, the better way to shut him down is to shut him down through logic, through either public, actual debate or something like that, or make yourself out to be the superior person. I thought I heard cracking again.
So we're working. All
right, the audio's cool still. Make yourself out to be the superior person, but I don't like, and I'll be honest, I don't like having somebody have the ability to have power over you to just completely whoop, take your ish out of there. That I don't like either, right? That I don't like either. And that's a bit concerning. Now, once again, having said that, if he's guilty of what they're doing, and they made a lot of crazy claims, if he really did do this, then lock Andrew Tate up. He should be locked up. And I'm trying to read in between the lines. I really am. I really am trying to read in between the lines and just verify that this is the case and this is what happened. So let's go ahead and listen to a bit more, shall we?
He's going to take me from the ghetto streets to the hotel suites, right? So we're working together.
So he's going to take me. Oh, yeah. This is a tough one, y'all. This is a tough one right here. So the girls weren't doing good financially. The girls weren't doing good financially. They were thinking he was going to take me from the ghetto streets to the hotel, right? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Okay, This is in the UK. But this leads into the story of why I moved to Romania. So at the height of my webcam pimping, I think I'm the king of the world, right? I have all these women, da-da-da. But the problem is, my first 2 girls who worked for me because they loved me. I love this man. Right. I am with this man. We're a team. He's going to take me from the ghetto streets to the hotel suites, right? So we're working together. Yeah. But then once you get bigger, you start hiring girls who don't love you. They're in it for the money. So I had a whole bunch of girls working for me who weren't really about it. And then I had one girl, and she got too drunk one day, and she threw up in my apartment. I told her to clean up. She refused to clean up, start being an idiot. So I took her stuff, threw out the window. Because it's like, it's about that. With women, you never hit.
Yeah, Andrew Tate's guilty. Andrew Tate's absolutely guilty, y'all. So as far as everything I just said before, I still stands 100%. If he had a message and he was able to convey red pill ideology, beliefs, and things of that nature, yada, 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 and he was able to say, guys, and hold men to a certain level, and you need to make more money, and he has aspects of being the top G, right, being the alpha male, being this and being that, if that was his 100% spiel and spick, and then he also talked about women, modern women, I could understand that, and I could see the need in some areas for that. I truly could. All right. I truly could. And I've said before that, Manosphere does have some issues that need to be talked about that are valid 100% with women, as it is vice versa on the other side as well. Right. An issue could be being a woman that's in a financial position, and then you meet an Andrew Tate type of guy. You fall in love with him. He tells you to come to Romania because y'all are going to be together. You get there, and then there's another woman. You know what I mean? that's a completely different story. You happen to throw up one night, you're not feeling good. He tells you to clean it up. You don't want to clean it up because you're upset about your predicament situation and you're in a foreign country, and then he throws your stuff out, right? It's a very bad situation to be in. And this is where the reality of who Andrew Tate really is does weigh very heavily on what's going on here. So going back to it, you have one side where there's a lot of guys that are supporting the message and the emotional message of that. And let's go ahead and get back to that video, right? That short video that's saying, hey, I'm a victim. I'm this, I'm that. That video, admittedly, was the video that made me go look. I was like, let me just go make sure that Andrew Tate's not being falsely arrested.
They've already given me quite a few warnings, and I'm now at the point where I actually truly believe they're going to try and kill me. I understand that you get 3 strikes in this game. Strike 1 is they try and shut you up and discredit you. Strike 2 is they try and put you in jail for no reason. And strike 3 is they kill you.
I've got.
So, strike 3 is they kill you. Does Andrew Tate deserve to die? No, I don't think Andrew Tate deserves to die. It could be argued that some of his rhetoric and sentiment have caused very horrible situations for women, though. So some people would say that Andrew Tate deserves to die. Some people do believe that. Some people would say, well, if you guys has a guy who, gets really high on a certain whatever that day and he feels like he's the top G and his woman is just not being respectful and clean up your throw up, B word, or I'm going to kick you out. And he's like, well, Andrew Tate would do it. Then, yeah, it could have some pretty serious repercussions, which is why the red pill is being deplatformed, which it should. Once again, though, to kill somebody, that's a big thing, right? So we gotta, I understand that. I do get it. I get both sides. I definitely do. I definitely do. The one swinging the sword has to make sure that the judgment applies appropriately, right? And death is final. So there's that aspect to it. But the death aspect is where we're at, according to Andrew, in the final chapter.
They've already given me quite a few warnings.
Of the warnings that he's been given. And we're at the 3rd strike now because he just got arrested, right? So half of the side and all of his supporters are like, well, he's innocent. He's this, he's that. Guys, unfortunately, he's not innocent. Okay, he's definitely not innocent in this case. He's been horrifically cruel towards women. And even if that horrific cruelness doesn't necessarily warrant itself to be charged with something, they found a way to charge him according to something that is chargeable, right? So what do I mean by that? You can't be charged for throwing your girl's stuff out of apartments. You can't be charged for throwing her things to the curb, right? You can, however, be charged for domestic violence or battery. You can, however, be charged for intimidation. Right? He's a big guy. If he threatens to say something or if he says something, or even if you look at a woman in an intimidating manner, that is enough to get you charged potentially with intimidation. The police will ask you, were you in fear for your life? The police will ask you, did he look at you a certain way? Did he make any kind of gestures? Did he advance towards you? Yada, yada, yada. I can almost guarantee you that a professional fighter who might not have the most, mental, balanced, emotionally logical responses as far as a verbal argument goes, right? Fighters are combatants by nature. They combat. They participate in combat. So whether that's verbal, physical, or whatever it might be, their body, their mind, their essence is rigged for going forward in combat. So if a woman was to walk up to Andrew, or if a woman was staying with Andrew and have some kind of attitude and Andrew's not feeling it that day, Andrew Tate's used to whooping a mother's ass, right? Andrew Tate's used to getting in the ring and kicking people and breaking men down. Quite literally. He's a professional boxer. Dude's a badass, I'll be honest, right? He's used to getting in that ring and breaking other men down or having himself broken, right? Until either somebody quits from pain or somebody's unconscious. A woman standing on the way of a man with that type of mindset is like the ultimate piss off, right? Because in his mind, what Andrew Tate is seeing is, I flew you over here to try and make you money, yada, 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 yada. This is the pimp mindset. The mindset that's so prevalent that we ended up talking about with the last couple of live streams that we did, right? Sinful the P, who just recently died. You're not going to want to miss the next live stream either. We're going to be talking about Gorgeous Dre. New Year, same niggas, right? So we'll be there here in a little bit. I don't know if we'll do it tonight. If we get a few donations, maybe we'll do it tonight, If not, we'll, be up soon. So this pimp mindset is very prevalent in the black male mind, and that's why men like Andrew Tate, men like all these different kinds of guys rise so quickly, right? They rise so quickly. That pimp mind is the same type of mind that's so dangerous, y'all. You can't argue with it. You can't reason with it. You can't logic with it because it's the most narcissistic in the most horrific way possible. They don't have feelings in the way that a lot of you and I have feelings, those types of guys. They are psychopaths and sociopaths. You can't be a pimp without being a psychopath or a sociopath. Most of them are sociopaths, and then there's a good amount of them that are psychopaths as well. I'd say you know what? I flipped that. Most pimps are psychopaths, and then a few are sociopaths. To be able to hit a woman because she doesn't want to have sex with another man continuously, that's just wild to me. I don't in my mind, that's wild to a lot of you. I don't in my mind conceptualize being able to slap a woman because she doesn't want to have sex, or because she you know, it's like, wow, how crazy can some people get? This is why we carry guns. This is why I carry guns, right? For people like this. So as we listen to Andrew Tate further, and as we go into Andrew Tate further, my entire thought was like, man, well, okay, what if they are really doing this legitimately? What if they are? Okay, well, if they are, it's bad. But they're not, I found out. They simply aren't. And you see there how they aren't. You can see the mindset. You can see the manipulation. And if you're a person that's gone through this or going through this, then you've seen it for yourself and you know how dangerous it can be. You know that you need to get away from these types of people because they can ruin your sanity. You could be thinking that you're crazy. You could end up thinking, okay, what's wrong with me? I'm playing the audio to make sure my audio is not cracking every once in a while.
Oh, sorry.
You'd be thinking, what's wrong with you? And you're the one laying on your back having sex with multiple men a night, right? That's how pimps operate. And black men, quite frankly and honestly, they look up to pimps. That's why so many of them are crying about Sinful to Pee. But don't worry, we'll get into that later tonight. Let's listen to a bit more, Bood.
What I know is coming next for this guy, right? He will be charged by the United States federal government with regard to, in particular, sex trafficking laws, especially ones that are part of a certain coalition with Eastern European nations, Romania included. Okay, so they set up this coalition with certain nations that are involved more so than others in sex trafficking. Romania happens to be very high on that list. So United States is working with them. He will be charged because there was one individual, female, who he recruited through Facebook, brought to Romania under false pretenses, under the pretenses of having a relationship with him, and then took her passport and prevented her from leaving. And I believe her claim is going to be that she was forced to do this pornography, webcamming. So this is all going to be in addition to any charges that he's already going to have to deal with in Romania, which I believe have to do with sex crimes as well, including rape. Okay? So when you get down to the actual details of this, you have to understand that this person has self-incriminated himself unbelievably.
Yeah, and I kind of said the same thing when I was watching and I was thinking about things. When Abood said that, I was like, yeah, he's right about that. Because the videos I've seen about Andrew is like, I was like, dang, you know, if they decided to, right?
Has self-incriminated himself unbelievably. He has basically painted the picture of a very strongly established guilt for so many different crimes by his own admission, in his own words, right? One of the things I said about in my last video touching on this was this guy needs to check himself with regard to ego. I said there's a lot of positive things that he was saying, but his main fucking, weakness is ego and being braggadocious and trying to show off, showboating, top G, motherfucker, right? And I said in that video that shit means nothing. It's all bullshit. And now, him being in jail, I know now he understands that that's in fact the truth. Nobody gives a fuck what color your Bugatti is, motherfucker. You're in a whole different world now. And I
this nigga's a savage.
Call him motherfucker now, and I speak with aggression because the things he said himself that he did, the ways he recruited women, and tricked them to fall in love with him, and then used them, and then withheld money from them, withheld their own passports, and kept them there. He also admits to physically beating them, reprimanding them, and threatening them with violence, okay? And preventing them from going out at all. Without him, I guess. So all of these are admissions and him proving himself guilty of certain sex trafficking laws.
So I think the big point, and if you're a manosphere guy, if you're a guy that's just, 100% Tate and Tate can do no wrong, you need to understand that I'm being very fair and balanced, and we're very fair and balanced on this channel still. Don't worry, we're going to flame you up if you deserve to get flamed. But with hearing everything we just heard, I can still say that if Tate wasn't guilty of any of it, I wouldn't have him, right? I wouldn't have him just be killed simply because I don't like what he says. No, I'd rather me have my point being able to be put out to the masses, and then people realize, like, oh man, this guy makes a lot more sense than Tate does. And then eventually people just stop listening or caring to Tate, or they realize that what he's saying isn't going to really change or help them as far as the attacking of women on their lives. So if Tate was never a pimp and he was saying all the red pill things and yada, 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 whatever it might be, then still I would stand behind my point saying it is concerning if you can make it to a certain level of influence only to be wiped out. Still, I believe that 100%. Still, right? That is a concerning thing. But that's not the case with Andrew Tate. Fortunately and unfortunately, that's not the case. Right? It looks like he's done some pretty bad things. Right? So that's what I want to say to all the red pill guys. Regardless or irrespective of whether you think I'm a blue pill, a simp, or whatever it might be, no, I understand exactly what you mean. But you need to understand what I mean. Why is it that you can see my point? Why is it that I can see your point, but you can't see any of my points? Where I could say, you know what, I can get that. I get that maybe this could be a really bad thing if they were to just take Tate off of the market, because who's next? If you don't like what the system is saying, then who's next? I get that. I do. I 100% do. But you can't understand the other side. That's a problem. Where there's give, there has to be take. Where there's take, there has to be give. It's a 50-50 relationship, right? At least with most of y'all, it's a 50-50 relationship.
Guilty of certain sex trafficking laws he has broken, clearly. And with this kind of crime also come the crime of multiple conspiracies, kidnapping in the sense of detaining somebody or moving someone from one location to another under the threat of violence. I mean, he's facing fucking decades. Decades. And because the United States does have this relationship with Romania, I'm saying he will be extradited. He will be extradited, and I don't believe that he will be given any type of bail once in United States custody. And the reason being, again, his own fucking dumb big mouth bragging about having multiple passports and having already left England, where he once lived, for these particular reasons, to evade certain laws that exist there, and fleeing to Romania to try to avoid those laws. So this guy's already said that he plans on escaping by having all these passports, different citizenships, different driver's licenses. Any judge, any prosecutor is going to present this entire package of all his own fucking dumbass self-admissions to a judge, and that judge is going to remand him. He's the perfect definition of a flight risk. He has the means, he brags about all his fucking money and his cars and saying he's a billionaire. The judge is going to take all that and just hold that as reasons for him to be held without bail. And he's facing very serious charges. And again, in the world I come from, he's now a fucking sex offender. Until proven innocent. I know they say innocent until proven guilty. They would not move on him the way they did unless they have multiple witnesses that are corroborating the same type story. And I believe there are 6 women who are alleging these kinds of things that he did to them. In his own words, he admitted to physically beating women, abusing them, detaining them, withholding their passports, withholding their own money that they earned, and continually threatening them and coercing them, tricking them, manipulating them by letting them think there's going to be a relationship and a love with him. But it was never to be. It's a fucking scam. It's some bitch-ass sucker shit. He's at the very fucking bottom of the totem pole when it comes to prison in that world. All his fucking money, all his fucking bragging is going to mean zero in there. It may buy him some privilege, may buy him some help with the guards, with other people. He'll be paying for protection. He may have some food to eat. But listen, man, nothing takes away the suffering of being in a fucking cage like an animal. And I don't wish that for anyone under normal circumstances. But if in fact he's guilty of these things, which it appears he is, fuck him. Suffer, motherfucker. You deserve it. Because the truth is, if that was any female that I knew, personally, I cared about, I would come to you, motherfucker, Top G, and I would end you for doing that kind of shit. You don't do that to women. You don't do that to anyone. And you definitely don't fucking brag about it like a dumbass like you have. So you made your own bed. Now you gotta lay in it. It sucks that that's the case, but learn from this and keep your mouth shut next time. You should have taken my fucking offer of help when I gave it to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.
Well, that was a bood on Andrew Tate, whether or not he'll be charged, how everything's going to go down. And you can catch a bood on his channel, ABOUD, a bood. I've been following him for probably about a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And he just has these rants. I found him through like talking about prison, and he did a stint in a few other things. And I was like, that's a real dude, man. I like a bood. Cool guy. So we were showing some of the Tate videos, and that ranting and bragging about, you know, who he is and admitting guilt. This is what Aboud is talking about. This is how Andrew Tate carried himself, and this is what rose him to popularity. It's arguable that without this braggadocious persona that him and his brother carry, they might not have made it this far, right? That's arguable.
There's a large contingent of men out there who don't want to wear makeup, who don't want to be girls, who don't want to be told they're toxic because they want to go to the gym, who want to drive nice cars, who want to have money, who want to have hot chicks. And there's nothing wrong with us. We are not evil. We are not bad. We're not misogynistic. We're not out to hurt anybody. Let me tell you one more thing. When bad things happen, they call men like us. The feminists who hate us and call us toxic, the second they have trouble, they'll call a police officer. Do you think they want a feminist male to turn up or a man like me and you? They need us and they use us. But the second we have an opinion, the second I decide to voice and talk about the things that we talk about, explain our points of view, they want to cancel us. They don't want us to speak. They just want us to defend them, build the railroads, build the roads, be the workhorses, be the slaves, and they think we're not allowed our point of view. Well, they made a fucking mistake, because I, like every great leader throughout history, charge first, before my army. Cavalry charge at the enemy. You can cancel me. I'm about to pave the road for every other man out here with an opinion who's going to get canceled. I'll show you where to fucking go.
It's a pretty epic video, huh? Literally makes you just want to go to the gym and just go, go run for a while, go, weightlift for a while. These videos have been very, very well done to, make Andrew out to be a person who truly is a victim in this case, just truly is a victim, right? A lot of people are arguing that the reason this all went down in the first place was because of him and Greta Thunberg. In this video you see, we're going to show you right now.
Without the heating on, in the cold, a little hot, shivering.
What you can see here, this is him being arrested. Greta Thunberg is a very powerful 14 or 15-year-old girl. Very powerful little girl who advocates for political, changes and things of that nature. And I guess they had some kind of Twitter debacle. And people are attributing Greta for being one of the main ones to get Andrew Tate, the largest red pill content creator essentially to ever live, locked up in federal prison at this point, right? That's what Tate has to say about jail.
Here with a pile of money like this, guards, put me in jail. Put me in jail. You put me in jail. I'm gonna walk in there with a pile of money like this, guards. Boom, 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 boom. Get some help. This cell's mine. Bang, bang. Before you know, I'll be chilling. It'll be the best quarantine ever. I'm ready. Put me in jail. I don't give a fuck. Yesterday I told them to put me in jail. You take their court case, shove it up the Papa House. We're hitting the streets. All right. Put me in jail.
Let this be a statement. Yeah, if the government wants you, they're going to come get you. There ain't nowhere you can go to get away if the government wants you gone. Sure you're liking this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you're enjoying it, trying to prove to both sides that what we say more often than not is going to be the better way to kind of live your life. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. For my conspiracy theorists, I want to say something. Andrew Tate often makes this video, this hand gesture, if you will. He does it very purposely. Is there anybody out there that knows about this stuff here? Watch what we're seeing on the screen right now. Is there anybody out there that knows about this stuff here? It's an interesting stance to have with the hands. And he's been shown making that stance with the hands a few different times on a few different occasions. He's not doing it here, but if you look at Tristan's hands. It's very interesting, huh? So there's a lot going on right now, okay? There's a lot going on, okay? Once again, if you enjoy these videos, donations are the best way to kind of get more of these videos going. We need the donations, and I hate to be talking about it so much. I know it's annoying. I do. Trust me. Look at the hands. We're going to be back. We're going to have more to talk about the state of the red pill. This was a morning episode for you and for all of our channel members who I love so much. If you're just now joining in and tuning in, I apologize. We're going to be back possibly tonight. I'll have to check the cash apps. If we're not back tonight, we will be back soon because we got a lot more to talk about. It's a new year. However, we're going to be dealing with some of the same issues as well as some new issues too. Crazy story, man. Winter is looking a lot more worse for the gentlemen. The white and black gentleman. Andrew Tate's half white, half black, and the black gentleman. We'll see about the white guys later, but I'm not white, so I can't be too focused on, I could just be focused on me and the niggas that look like me as far as our winter goes. So, anyways, said enough on that. I'll see you in the very near future. I love you. TheHonestTruthYT@gmail.com is how I can be reached if you have some kind of business opportunity. If not, I'll see you soon. Tick tock.